There are 4 basic types of metallic or metallic-like paints I'll be covering in this short video. The video is divided into chapters, so you can easily find the specific paint or sample you want to look at. All of that information is in the notes below the video. So we've got your basic acrylic metallics, either in the normal format or the slightly more liquid paint. There are these shimmer varieties from Color, which give a much shinier surface. There are glitter paints, which you can get again in a variety of formats. And more unusually is an interference paint, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail later. I think a great way to start working with metallics is just to print some backgrounds. Sounds really obvious, but if they work out, you can either use them as they are or you can print over the top of them. But it's a great way to understand the paints you're using and also to decide what you like and don't like. Now, this is my first sample with the Reeves acrylic paint, which I mixed with Textile medium. The instructions are to use half of the amount of medium to your paint. And the whole point of Textile medium is that it is meant to enable normal acrylic paints to be used in the same way as you would use a fabric paint. That is the straight acrylic paint plus Textile medium. So nice. In this sample, I'm going to be using some of the shimmer paints, particularly Shimmer Wine, which is a favourite of mine, Shimmer Canary and Shimmer Bronze. I'm going to start with the Shimmer Bronze, a little bit of Shimmer Wine, and last but not least, some Shimmer Canary. Just grab my fabric, pop it down over the top and spread that out with my glass. This is just to give you an idea of the colours that are available in this range. I love them. Now, of course, the lovely thing about these opaque shimmer paints is that they have the most beautiful shine to them. You can see it there, rather like a beautiful silk frock. Both the opaque shimmers and the metallic paints are easy to use. They roll out, you just expect them to act as you would any other acrylic paint that you're using. A thumbs up for all of them. In terms of direct use, I find the glitter paints the most difficult to use. Now, I've had particular problems with the Color glitter paints, and I do not know, because this is the first time I've used them, whether I got a bad batch. What's happened? Obviously, they've been shipped to Australia, so something might have happened in transport, but they have been particularly problematic. In fact, I found the $2 shop glitter paint far better and far more easy to use than these ones. But I do have some tips for how you can get a result out of these. One of the issues with these paints, and you can just see it I think here, is that the iridescent particles have settled right at the bottom of the jar. So not shaking it is not going to get those moving. You really do need to get in there, as I have with my little teeny tiny spoon, and give it an extremely good stir. Otherwise the particles are not going to be evenly spread. So one of the things I have worked out is that if I mix these with my normal acrylic paints, I can actually get quite a good result. It's not the same as using a glitter paint by itself, but by the same token, it actually gives you some interesting results, and it's something which is worthwhile considering playing with. This is the cheap glitter paint that I bought at the $2 shop. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to just do a quick print. Now, as you can see, plenty of glitter on there, and still plenty of glitter on the plate. This is actually quite a nice effect, a shiny glittery surface, quite pretty. So you could actually do a flat colour and then put any sort of, you know, this is just cheap glitter paint on your plate and print off the glitter layer, and that would, I think, look quite nice. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper and mark off half of this. Now here is the print I did earlier, which is the glitter paint, and I decided to give it a second layer. So you can see quite a marked difference between the two. That's really nice. I would just suggest that if you want to try some of these more exotic metallic paints, that you get a bottle and test it before you commit to buying a set. Interference paints are something quite different. This one is a red, but if you look at the bottle, it looks quite pearlescent. One of the things it does is that it will blend with other colours. So I had some deep midnight blue Dynaflow paint here, but you can see where it's mixed with the interference. It's got a sort of pale pinky colour, and where there's less paint mixing, it's a bit whiter. And the result is this incredibly shiny fabric. Really special, and I find quite straightforward to work with. I definitely recommend exploring this one if you haven't tried it before. Before you start any actual printing, take the paints you're planning on using and try them out. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of doing your sampling before you get stuck into your final process, and that will reward you with a much better result and a lot less pain along the way. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget that there are other videos in this series showing a variety of actual prints, and I'll be going through those step by step so you can see how I made them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscriptions are totally free on YouTube. Thanks again. Bye.